Spirituality is a practice, and in almost every belief, meditation is a core principle. To better understand the emotions you're feeling and the thoughts you think, the projection you're looking at the world, you need to go within and ask yourself these important questions. Who am I? Not just from a circumstance point of view. We're not talking about where you were born, what set you grew up in, how much money you had, whether you did or didn't go to college, what kind of car you drive. We're asking the fundamental truth. What values do you have you feel good about? What contributions to society are you wanting to make? Who am I? This is an important question. Society dictates, tell us that who am I is circumstantial. When we look within, when we ask ourselves when we're meditating, who am I? There's a whole new world of possibilities that open up. When we no longer define ourselves by our circumstances, but align ourselves with what's in our hearts, we're on a different playing field. And this truth is some of the most powerful magic you can hold true. It levels the playing field immensely. What do you want to see? I think a lot of people have this great conception they want wealth and materialism, success, limelight. If you haven't answered the who, well, you'll never get to the what. Because you can have all of those things and then some and still be a miserable piece of shit. And that comes from the truth. Because if you don't know who you are and what you value, money will bring you misery. People will use you and manipulate you. They will control your wealth for you. Hell, you might even be pissed the fuck off that bureaucrats tax you and take advantage of you through the system. Limelight, well, it's kind of the same deal, huh? If you don't have your emotions under control, people are gonna judge you. You're not cut out to be a public speaker, a success star. You can't get your shit under control. Chances are you're probably gonna drink or drug to try to, calm that down. You're gonna end up in jail, and you're really gonna be a laughing stock for the limelight. Well, most of success fades, and it says in the Bible that you store your wealth in heaven. And what does this mean? It means hold your values true and enact them on the world. This brings us to our how, our actions, our doing, our karma. We can simplify this by saying, once we've identified our values, we can look at ourselves, take a thorough inventory, and begin to act upon those in the betterment of the world. When we know our true identity and the values we hold deep, we can start contemplating plans that better enact the world. This comes from faith without actions is dead. Fully stepping into who you were always meant to be, your dharma. So yeah, it does start with sitting in yourself, calming the mind, quieting the ego, asking these fundamental questions, learning to get your thoughts under control, your emotions under control, and hopefully your behavior under control. Because once those three things align, society's taught you that success looks like finances. To me, success looks like a quiet afternoon, a spring day, no stress, being able to breathe in clean air, look at a beautiful sky, hopefully somewhere in nature. That's success. I don't think you can achieve that all the time in the corporate world. Deadlines to crunch, obligations to commit to others. It's a constant rat race, a wheel, a never-ending cycle of more and more and more. Consume, consume, consume. Meanwhile, the limelight. Do you think it's always possible you always judge yourself? That you might not hold yourself to the expectations others hold you? It's really difficult when you're on the public stands and up for display for everybody. If you don't have the proper emotions, somebody in power, well, those people need our help the most. When they ask themselves, what is it they can do for the betterment of the people? If we're not speaking up, if we're speaking from a place of fear because we're running a rat race, or we're stuck thinking that finances are the key to success, we're giving them the information that that's what we want. When we can hold and project a frequency of love in our hearts, when we can make that a value, when we can make that our missions, when we can make that our identity, we subconsciously change the world. And it might start through a daily action of yoga, breath work, meditation, opening the door for somebody. I personally try to go around smiling as much as I can. I don't always know what somebody's going through behind their own eyes. So I make it a habit to smile. And if I feel confident enough that that person's going to receive it well, a warm greeting. And that's what I'm offering to you. My name is Zachary Bennett, and I want to welcome you to the Omnism Spiritual Center. Today's lesson, we're talking about the frequency of global peace and the achievement of getting there. A lot of people in our society have given up on the concept of global peace. They think it's a far up imagination scheme. It's nice to pray about, but the real work is dead. Well, faith without actions is dead. And if you don't consciously envision it on a daily basis, the dream will die. The dream starts with you. It starts here, now, and it starts today. So pick yourself up. Start praying. Start meditating. Start writing. Start communities. Start doing your art. Live joyous, happy, and free. Learn to gain your fucking emotions under goddamn control. Because just a simple act of you having an emotional outburst in front of others lowers the frequency around them, lowers the frequency within you. And you're better than that. And if you're not quite there yet, this is the place for you. This is the place where inner work begins through just the thought of inner stillness. When we can gain control over how we see the world and the daily habits we make, we can start to impact our realities around us. And those realities can have a communal impact. That community raises the frequency of the neighborhoods. Those neighborhoods vote and elect. They make laws and they pass ordinances that help one another. This is how the frequency change starts. It starts right here, right now, today. And it starts with your inner stillness, that peace. When you're at peace, when your body frequency is calm, it lowers the frequency around you. Have you ever noticed in the woods when you're walking and you stumble upon some animals? Have you ever just gone still and observed? Do you notice they don't really tend to run? Occasionally they'll run, the smart ones do. But as a general rule, when you just stand there and observe, they stand there as well. And a lot of people say, well, that's because you're not making noise. That's not because you're not looking like a predator. We're all predators to this world. Look what we've done to it. We're done with that now. We're consciously moving in a positive direction to fix things, to change things, to unite together to grow. This is our global frequency of peace. We're in this together. We're in this as a team. The Omnism Spiritual Center is here to lay fundamental work through all traditions, dogmas, and beliefs to come together as one collective whole, united towards world peace. When we realize the immense power of a single thought, we begin to take our power back from the systems that try to cage us, from the political arena, from the government system. We have the right to object, to vote, to write letters, to stand up and speak. And we're doing it together. We're all individually doing our passions and projecting a broadcast of peace and love towards the world. This is the goal. This is the mission. I've been to rock bottom. I've dealt with addiction. I've dealt with incarceration. I've battled poverty. There's never been a truer fight in my heart than uniting a world, a global society. Your passion, whether you're good at veterinary, whether you're good at writing and reading law, whether you're good at math, poetry, music, art, enjoy that. Bring that peace within. Bring that surrender, that fulfillment to the universe and say, I choose to manifest a better tomorrow because I choose to be the best me today. This is what we have. This is what God has taught us to do, to go out and take care of one another, to lift one another up, to not be afraid of financial institutions or governments. The true Jesus was an anarchy who went around protesting Rome. He was taught by John the Baptist the end was near. And when we look at ourselves, when we look at the mirror, when we look at the state of the world, that's almost believable. But it's not true. Satan is wanting to bring down the frequency of global peace, to divide us, to keep us separate by the illusion. For the foxes have their den and the birds have their nest, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head. If Jesus went around being homeless and putting hands on some of society's most outcasted human beings, I don't want to hear any excuses from you. Because at the end of the day, when there's a will, there's a way. And if you haven't found that will, if you're still searching for that way, the Omnism Spiritual Center is the place to be. Because we help everybody. We look at the statistics around the world. We have people walking the face of the earth through some of the most unimaginable places, relating with the people, talking with the people, ministering with the people. God's true word of helping one another. This thing they teach you about, that just believing in Jesus alone is going to change the world, absolutely fuckingly utter nonsense. If you truly believe that just saying that in your heart without actually knowing what it means and putting that work into action, you're going to hell. Wait, let's raise the frequency. You're already there. Because our perspective changes who we are, where we are. It's a global map to a better way, if we allow it to be. The people that worship hate, that's what they feel. That's what they see. They see hate. When you're bad-mouthing somebody, when you're wishing somebody pain, that's what you're feeling. That's why you're wishing that. A true believer of God, a true follower of Buddha, a true disciple of Muhammad does not operate on a frequency of hate. It's going to be challenging. We've gotten ourselves into a pickle here on this planet. We've come closer and closer to global destruction, nuclear war, carbon, the political system. We can change it. We can turn it around. It starts with that intent. It starts with that belief, that dream. And if you don't know it, the Omnism Spiritual Center is here to show you. We're here as a collective. We're here as a united front against evil for a better way. Peace be with you.